What's up, YouTube? Mr. Lemessy here, and today we're going to begin the hardcore Bowazon. Now, this will be an elemental Bowazon, so we'll have fire, we'll have cold arrow, maybe we'll do a combination of it. We'll kind of see how we want to get going, but yeah, a little bit of a shift away from some of the casters we've done recently into more of your shooty. So, starting out, we will, of course, jump to players 8. You just type /players and then 8. And that's how you can begin. You don't have to. You can start on players 1 if you would like. Players 1 just means you have to farm a little bit more. But remember, you get less experience when you're on players 1, so you have to kill more things. On players 8, there's more item drops, there's more experience, but also the monsters are harder. So in an area like the Blood Moor, yeah, monsters being harder here kind of doesn't really matter at all, right? Like it's whatever. So that's where we're pretty safe and pretty fine and just like going forward, because whatever, again, it's these monsters don't do a lot. But when we're fighting like Duriel or something, yeah, I'm not going to be on players 8. I'm going to go down to players 1. So you kind of use it in areas when you're farming, and then you swap back out of it when you're done farming. That's generally going to be the way, just to help you level up a little bit more along the way, make it a little bit easier. You'll also note that I'm throwing javelins here to start, because you get your starting jabs. We'll switch into bows soon enough. But throwing jabs are actually one of the strongest, if not the strongest, weapon in the game to start. You can see it does 7 to 18 damage, which without like any skills or anything straight up, that's just extremely high damage. So we like throwing really early. Now we'll go ahead and just pick stuff up and sell it for cash. We can sell all these things, and we're going to want a bow. And I'll go ahead and grab this 2-socketed bow right here just because we can put gems in it. We need to go up to 28 dexterity to use it. And note that a hunter's bow is 1, a tiny bit more damage, but 2, also faster shooting. And with elemental, shooting quickly is our main focus. After that, I'm actually going to put 5 points to energy, and then I'll put a little bit into vitality. So energy is actually pretty useful on this character. Namely because we also need arrows, of course. Namely because these spells, exploding arrow and stuff, they just cost a lot of money, plain and simple. Wait, did I not finish my, like, trap assassin? Is she only through Nightmare? Alright, well, if she's not done, then we can go back and do more with her later. Alright, we'll put points into Fire Arrow, as again, this is Elemental, so we're going to work towards Exploding Arrow, but for now we can just go Fire Arrow, and then level 10, 11, and 12 will be Magic, Multi, and then Exploding. And we'll drop down to players 1 for here. But you can stay on the higher player count if you would like. Now, we have the two socket, and here you can see we've already run out of mana because I did not go shop mana potions, though I don't think I had money anyways to do so. So getting some mana potions will be very helpful. Let's see which ones we can just pick up randomly. Cheats, those are javelins at the start. Look, man. The game starts you with javelins only. If it started me with a bow, we would use the bow. But I'll want to go pick up probably a 3-open socket bow if I can. Not a big deal. You can always just go back and forth to shop later. But my main thought there is any rubies that I get, I can put into the bow, and they'll actually help the fire damage. So So really nice with exploding arrow. You get that big explosion of fire, and then the added rubies just boost that fire damage up for a nice benefit. Are crossbows useful? Unfortunately, bows pretty much just outshine crossbows. The only exception is Bariza, really. There are sometimes use cases where getting a Bariza, especially like on a physical Zon, if you can find that, can be really nice with like strafe. But, yeah. Bows just kind of went out, so. Demon Machine is used on like a sorceress and stuff. Yeah, Demon Machine has some use cases, not on the Bowazon, but on a Bowazon specifically.
I need mana.
Just go more fire arrow.
Perhaps now the sisters will trust me.
Okay. Okay. So we'll just keep chugging over here. I just need some money right now. 1 to energy is nice, but not like that nice. Okay, put away some scrolls. Pick up some more mana, as we will be chugging some mana potions on this build. And go more fire arrow. And then we'll go more vitality for now. You can also always try and shop a 2 open socket armor and 2 open socket helm over here. And I'll just grab a basic belt, and 10 fire res boots is actually pretty nice. Let's go up to players 8 and see if we can get some damage in on that. How good and or bad it is. Okay, I mean, it's definitely a little slow. Now, one of the difficulties with fire arrow, when we get to exploding arrow, it'll improve. But one of the difficulties with fire arrow is we need to hit, right? There's the chance to hit on it. So if you don't hit, then you're not getting that damage. Whereas with exploding arrow, you always get that explosion regardless if you hit or not. So the physical arrow still has a hit check, but the actual explosion always will hit. So that helps a lot once we get up there. But that's okay. I mean, we're just going to chip away with fire arrow, slow and steady here. And you can see that we are using a lot of mana potions. So there will be a lot of mana use on this character. Just beat hell for the first time. What do I recommend doing? I mean, at this point, go level up a little bit. Go get some better gear. Assuming you want to like continue the character. Try and find our stones, and we may end up doing some farming on Rakinishu potentially, because I've talked about this a little bit before, but one of the really important things on characters that need to hit is it's not just a factor of attack rating. Sometimes people don't know that. Your chance to hit is attack rating plus your level versus, not plus, it's 2 separate factors, there's a whole formula, but your attack rating and your level versus their defense rating and their level. So the higher level that you can get, the better chance to hit that you're going to have. So that ends up being a pretty big factor, honestly. And it's one of the things where if you end up on these characters that need that chance to hit and you're low level, you're just going to struggle, and it just feels absolutely miserable. So something like to do is just get the waypoint. It is really nice when the waypoint is just like right next to Rakinishu. This one's a little bit further, but you can just come over here. I'm gonna actually go back and sell this really quickly.
The order welcomes you.
Let me check the assassin. Oh, she's a guardian, so he did finish. Man, her stash just had nothing in it. I'm just so surprised at how little stuff there is. Let me just clear out her stash really fast so then this character can use it. Oops. Yeah, we've got rejuice to dump. Honestly, I don't mind just trashing the rest of these things. Chug the juvies. I just moved these over before temporarily, but we just need to bring them over here and drink them all. Okay, go to gems. And we'll save some big gems and we'll just dump the rest. Okay. Sorry, now we have access to our shared stash. Perfect.
Good day.
Okay, so we can put those away. And we'll go more vitality, and let's keep going. What the heck is that even supposed to be? The last hut pins? We'll go ahead and fight bow versus bow. Now, multi-shot is a little brutal, so we'll, have to be careful here. And obviously, you can see again, our damage is a little low right now, but this is why we're also going to be out here kind of farming Rakinishu, because it just will make our life a little bit easier. Let's also grab the experience shrine before we kill. Really make this a worthwhile endeavor. Give me more points there. And I also want to just get to... Warlock's cool, like a ranged paladin a little bit, lots of different builds. Yeah. He's got a large variety. I also just want to get to Exploding Arrow because it's such a big difference. It has that AoE, it has that always hit. So it's also really nice. We'll keep going Vitality. So why am I focusing Rakinishu and why am I fighting boss groups like that Archer Pack and stuff? Well, the reason will shock you. Stick around till the end of the video to... No. The reason is because boss groups give 500% experience. So if a normal Fallen gives 30 experience, the boss group Fallen gives 150 experience. This is true for Rakinishu and basically all the demons around him, right? All of his minions. So it can be really nice to sell these, get a little bit more money, get more mana potions. Level 8, we'll go more vitality. It can be really nice to just have that like little extra boost there, and just a great way to pick up a lot of experience quickly. Okay, we actually have 2 boss groups here. This guy is fire enchanted, which is annoying. Our regular arrows will still deal damage to him. Our fire arrows won't do that much, but obviously, like, we still have a regular arrow hit with it, so we'll get a little bit. But normally, you're gonna want to, you know, avoid. Ooh, a chipped ruby, like we said. Rubies go into bow.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Does Immolation Arrow have any use? Immolation Arrow is... It attempts to be okay. But... And they, like, improved it somewhat, but it's still just not quite good enough. If you ever want to buy back your arrows at a vendor that doesn't sell arrows, just sell your current arrows. Just as a heads up. Easy way to do it. They've made it better. Okay, we have another fire enchant. We've killed his minions. So let's go back to Rakinishu. More vitality. But it's not bad. It's just exploding arrows like a little bit better. Okay, so we're level 10. And remember, at level 10, we're going to grab a pointed magic arrow. Because we need multi-shot and magic arrow to go down this tree line. And you can farm Rakinishu all the way up to about level 14. At that point, it starts to get kind of inefficient. But you have some option. But still plenty of good experience here at level 10. It's definitely more helpful if Rakinishu is close by as well. Like, unfortunately for this one, he is a little further away. We have been able to grab boss groups a decent amount, though, since, like, when we're running around here. So that is helpful. We also do have a shrine to check, which is helpful. So the more that we can get with those things, the better. And honestly, with this experience shrine, we may just... There we go. Pick off boss man. May get close to the level up. So I think I'll go forward with this experience shrine afterwards. Get a tiny bit more use with it on the way, and we may be able to get 12 here. I think we're a little short. Still not bad. There's a dude up there. Okay. Let's go forward, and level 12 is just there. And we'll go ahead and go, let's just go more vitality. Again, I will potentially put the next set of points into energy. Getting mana, getting energy is really helpful in this character. You may also see me put some sapphires into a helm or something. Like,
I can't.
it's just really nice. 12. Beautiful. Alright, so now we have Exploding Arrow, which is just a straight up upgrade. We're still on players 8. And I'm going to go next point's Energy. Which again, initially you might be saying, Mr. Lama, what are you doing?
Is this something specific or just a Bowazon? Also, GL on the run.
This is an elemental Bowazon. Yes. Thank you. You might be saying, Mr. Lama, what are you doing? You're putting points into energy. Nobody puts points into energy. That's foolish. Well, pro players actually put points in energy, but it's something that you use early on playthroughs of the game. The reason that you never find any of the build guides that you read, unless you read the good ones like Icy Veins, suggesting putting points in energy, is because a lot of them only talk about the end game. They only talk about what do you do at the very end. And at the very end, you don't put points in energy, right? You always are going to respec out and have nothing in energy. But when you're playing through the game, energy is actually really useful, especially on a character like this who just has some mana issues. There's just a lot of mana problems for her because it's just very mana intensive. So getting extra points in energy does two big things. Number one, obviously it gives you more mana. That's just straight up. Yep, that's what it does. Number two, and the lesser known one, it increases the chance for your mana potions to crit. So potions have a crit chance. They have a chance to heal double or give double mana, whatever, at twice the speed. But it's based on the amount of points in vitality or the amount of points in energy that you have. So the more points in energy that you have, the better chance you get a potion that crits. And you're going to be chugging a lot of mana potions. So even a little bit extra energy can increase that chance a little bit. Technically, it also improves your mana regen. Technically, yeah.
I need a key.
You need a lot of mana to make that a thing. Okay, we'll keep going and Exploding Arrow. And I'm actually going to be crazy. I'm going to go 5 more points to energy. Now, again, at this point, you can definitely start to make your own decisions a little bit of how many points in energy you want to have. I think I'm good at 30 energy for now for a while. I'll continue with vitality. I will go up to 25 strength. But I just really value the early mana a lot. I just think it's really nice. And the thing is, we have respecs and we can use these respecs later. So it's not a big deal. It's not like we're stuck in this. This isn't the old pre-respec days where that's kind of where it really stemmed from. In the old days, there weren't respecs. And so you put a point in energy, you're stuck with that all the way through to the end. So now you can't put a point in energy, right? Because, well, through to the end, I don't want that.
I can't. What's that smell?
We'll go ahead and again kill bosses. We're going to run the tower many times. We're looking for Tal plus Eth for a stealth rune word. The faster run walk is actually pretty helpful on Bowazons, so that is something that we are going to desire, right? Being able to have that extra boost and run a little faster, get away a little bit from mobs chasing you, whatever, is just really quite helpful. We're also going to maybe look for some tier runes just to have some mana per kill. Could be really nice. We could also look for some Row runes if we want to shove into a bow. Row runes add fire damage, similar to how you're seeing with the rubies here. You can have the Row runes there. More exploding arrow and more vitality. We can also look for Row runes if we want to cube up to a Zephyr. Ort S has a 2-socket bow rune word that we could put in a hunter's bow that gives us even faster attacking, which is really nice. Let's look for a 2-socket helm. Perfect. So, a lot of options. Do I know what I'm going to start with next season? I do not. Rare Ammy, that seems fun. We also want to collect chip gems right now. They can be useful for getting some gold later to help with our teleport staff.
Impossible.
Just kind of cruising right now and crushing. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens a little bit. We'll also go down to players 1 before we spawn the Countess because she is fire enchanted. But you can do it after, and it's fine. You just want to kill her on players 1. She drops more runes on players 1.
Moo.
Wow. Okay.
You now speak to Countess. For Tal runes press 1, for Eth runes press 2, for items press 3. To reach a supervisor, you can't.
Easy clap. So we're not 17 yet, but that's totally fine. We can just put this in and have it right there. Thanks, spam callers. Yeah, we got the Taleth. So great start, and when we get to the right level, then we'll be good to go. 10 fire res, kind of nice. Might use that temporarily. 8 attack rating, 2 dex, meh. I don't have anything else. This is pretty bad overall, but better than nothing. Okay. And we'll go back up to players 8, and we can keep farming. Maybe convert into a speed run. I mean, way too late. Do this. We'll also buy a second set of arrows and just have it on our offhand. And really fast, we'll look and see if there's any 3-socket bows while we're here. Yeah, the best mod on that Ammy is probably the poison length reduction. It's very sad. Rare ring now. And chip sapphires. You can also, if you want, put the sapphires in your helm. So I could just go double sapphire right here for 20 mana. It's also a potential solution. Again, I like to keep chips generally a little bit, but if I get like a flawed sapphire or something, you can bet your bottom I'm going to put it in there. I'm working on it, binary. More chippies. Let's grab daggers, a little bit of cash. And again, just going to kind of kill things. You can always top up on arrows by just clicking on arrows on the ground. It'll automatically refill the amount of arrows that you have. Is it worth hitting 19 to go row, row, row in a bow for Andy?
Moo.
I mean, if you do that, you will kill Andy in like 2 to 3 shots. The thing is, you don't need to. Even right now, I can kill Andy in like 6 to 7 shots or something. 8 shots, so it's not... Of course, smoke. It's not too big of a deal. But yes, the Rao runes in the bow will be very helpful. It's just... Do you want to run the Raos? Do you want to run... Oh yeah, we'll go down to players 1. The Zephyr. And Zephyr's really nice with the speed on it, so... Tal.
Good day.
Players 8. Go here. I'll go get up to the 25 strength. The rest will continue in vitality. And again, the nice thing with elemental Bowazon is I don't need to worry about wrong character for it, but sure, I'll take the 7 light res. I don't need to worry about oh my god, what was I saying? I just lost it with... I just lost it. I'm getting old. Oh, hitting. Dex. IAS with elemental. That's it. Sheesh, you read a couple affixes and you just turn dumb. As you go to endgame hell, there's so few viable builds. Disagree. Tons of viable builds. Exclamation mark guides. I've got like 50 builds listed there that you can play through hell. And if you want the A tier plus ones, they're still going to be a good amount. Look at PJ's day.
Moo.
Yo.
Yo.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
To visit Scott Carney. Why? Pick up some health pots. Hunter's bow. See if we can get a 3 socket. Nope, just a 1 socket. Fire enchanted. Just like whatever. Now we did hit 17, so our stealth has come online, which is really nice. We'll continue with exploding arrow. Go down to players 1.
Impossible.
To get a book. Wow. Alright. Tal Eth again. Kinda weird.
Good day.
Fizz damage. I don't know, Matthew. They're both kind of difficult in their own ways. The physical bow, the damage can be a little tough, but the assassin has to be close. 9 light res, better than every single thing that we have on this rare Ami. Now I can make a stealth for my stealth. Yep. Also added lightning damage, whatever. If you want as well, you can hire a mercenary to come with you and you can be the boa girls. Let's get Gwynny.
What you need?
And you can always just head over and shop her a bow as well.
Put that to good use.
I'm just going to move forward. We didn't get the rouse or anything, but
I can't.
That's all fine. We'll go back to players 8. I'm level 17. There's not a lot of experience to be had after level 17 in the tower. And we're kind of strong enough. We got the Taleth that we needed. I didn't get any tier runes, which is a little bit sad, as tier runes are pretty helpful just for the mana per kill on this character. So if you want to force it, you always can. But kind of up to you. Wow, another rare Ami that's complete garbage. It is 6% MF.
Impossible.
Which is, you know, some form of magic find, but
I'll put that to
go ahead and just give her that, whatever. Doesn't really matter.
So,
Very new to playing Diablo. Any
this is the
tips?
salt and Dariel's
Yeah, I mean, I've got a
atrocities.
billion tips. First off, you can always watch these guided playthroughs. I talk through everything that I'm doing. Second, I have all sorts of videos. If you go to MrLamaC.com, there's like a beginner section that really kind of goes and breaks down some basics. But there's just a lot of like, all throughout my channel, there's all sorts of guides, stuff talking about, you know, all the different parts of the game, how the maps are, the characters. Like, you can always just look up Mr. Lamesi guide, and I'm sure that'll bring up tons of different things.
I can't.
Yeah, the rogue's bow is actually a little interesting now in the way of it can be like, because mercenaries do shoot a lot of cold and fire arrows, so it could be kind of an early game like mercenary bow. But also with the 50 IAS, like if it dropped, I'd be using it.
What nightmarish tortures took
A little late
place?
for that paladin, but yeah. Man, I really wish I had mana per kill right now. So sad no tier runes dropped.
Impossible.
Who's my top 4 fantasy picks? Not 5 out of respect to Jaden Daniels, of course. Gibbs, Bijan, Chase, and JSN.
I can't.
He's such a target hog, especially in PPR. You like Bijan on top of Gibbs? Allen isn't up there? I mean, are we talking super flex or are we talking single QB? Because single QB, nope.
I can't.
We'll get the tier in from the Hellforge. Great. Can't wait. There you go, Gwynny. So yeah, again, our main focus right now is very simple. We're running around, we're killing the boss groups and or just large clumps of mobs. And then I'm just advancing forward beyond that. Whenever we get a boss like this, we stop and kill the group. Oh, he's fire
Hello,
enchanted.
the
I'm just gonna kill his
Is
minions.
it the corn version of Mr. Llama? Looks slick.
Thank you. Top up on our arrows. Moo Girl likes how mustaches look. I don't know, man. She's a weird that. So, I think it looks stupid. But whatever. I also don't really care about my looks much, as I'm sure many of you can tell, so. I don't care that much for college football. I like NFL.
This place is eerie. I can't.
Nice. Well, lucky there. If you want to grab the waypoint in Act 2, you can. Or not Act 2, the Catacombs level 2. But the question often is, are we really farming here? The answer is not really. So if you find the exit, a lot of times I'm just like, just go down. But it can be a safe space to come back to. Look at that. We accidentally ran into it, so I'll grab it. Why not? But normal Andariel, you know, she'll drop Hisaris boots. She'll drop some little basics like that here and there. We'll put on our magic find for Andy. But it's not really till Nightmare that I would recommend doing a lot of that sort of farming. However, Bloodfist would be nice. She can drop Bloodfist, and that would actually be a pretty sweet drop.
Impossible.
So, you know, if you really want to do it, like, you can farm her, man. I think there are still better places and stuff to spend your energy, but play how you want to play. And boss farming can be fun and relaxing, so who am I to tell you what to do?
I can't. I can't.
Interesting map.
Impossible. I need mana.
Champions also give 300% experience. It's not quite as good, but it's still okay. However, you'll see me skip champions sometimes here and there. But boss groups I'm generally not skipping as often. The boss groups that you'll see me skipping are ones that are just fire immunes or sometimes too scary. Oh, there's a cursed archer pack and I'm, you know, kind of in a weak spot. It's tough. All right, I'll skip it. Are Vidalas or Arctic worth looking into on this character? I mean, if you, like, have it all, I wouldn't go out of my way to farm it or anything, but, like, if you have it all, I'm sure it could be okay. Extra fast vampires, a little bit annoying. However, vampires are worth a lot of experience, so. You're a big believer in Vidala's boots? Yeah, I mean, they're nice. A little strength heavy, but
Impossible.
it's just so hard. Like, I've done 100 guided playthroughs and 10,000 speed runs. And I've never found, like, the entire Vidala set on a run, you know? Another chipped ruby. We actually have 2 chipped rubies, so we could put that in our bow or we could save it. Thanks, MJ.
Impossible.
Try and see if we can get an even better bow. Get a 3-socket bow, get a ruby, get whatever. Forget about it, we'll put it in. Okay, we'll go to players 3 for Endariel because we do fire damage. And she takes a lot of fire damage. She has very low fire res, so you can really just abuse her with that.
I can't.
And voila!
This maiden shall inflict
Just
no
like that.
more anguish.
Act 1 is complete. 8 fire res. It does have some hit recovery.
Good day.
I don't really need that. I think I'll stick with what I have, actually. 8 to life I do like. Added cold damage I actually do like. I prefer it on a smaller charm if I can. But it can just be nice to have. Oops, I guess I want to get light potions, actually. Let's go ahead and put some of these things away. And we'll go pick up all of the stuff. Why not? A little bit of cash money.
I am overburdened.
All right. Let's go to Act 2. Hey, Omni!
Thanks for all the guides. As much crap as we give you, you really make the D2 experience better for everyone.
Oh, thank you. Mwah. Very kind. Well, we are now in Act 2. Thank you, not paid chatter, for that very kind thought. This is actually tempting because it does have a mana per kill on it. The 6 to 8 fire damage is, you know, a nice fire damage add. So we do, you know. I think I'm going to go for the mana per kill. Now, let's take a look really fast. Before we do that, let's just look at bows, Diablo 2. And I like Ariat Summit. Hunter's bow is -10, composite bow is -10. So they're both the same speed. Always good to take a look and just make sure and see. We can keep this one on swap if we want as well. Now, one thing to note, repairing does not repair your arrows. So you will have to do that. We'll pick up whatever belt we can. This is a nice belt with 10 life, 9 mana, but I do want to go to a 12 socket belt, so that's why we shifted up there. Also, 12% magic find on some gloves is really nice. One thing I've talked about before, and I can talk about again, is early magic find is quite valuable because it's always degrading essentially. So the first magic find you find is worth more than the second, is worth more than the third, is worth more than the fourth that you put on, right? Go up to players 8. We'll also just keep going vitality.
I can't.
So using those early points is really nice, getting that first 12%. Yeah, it's diminishing returns. So you wanna get some early MF if you can. Even like 30, 40% MF is super valuable. The difference between 0 MF and like 40% MF is probably the same difference between 400 MF and like 600 MF. If not more. I mean, it's a very... The diminishing returns are heavy there. Someone know if Mosaic's coming back? There is no official statement for the return of Mosaic on any timeline. We just know that it's something they, the devs, are working on. Hope they'll nerf more Warlock. I really just think it's the Chaos Tree that needs to be nerfed. Everything else feels pretty solid. You're also a certified liar. Well, I don't know about those words.
Impossible.
Level 1, level 2 is up there. There's not a lot of experience in Halls of the Dead, so I'm mostly just going to run through. It's also not that dangerous. So I'm just going to run through, try and kill the boss at the end.
I can't.
Chain gloves. 7 fire res. We can hold those for later. Just for like Act 3 and 4 if we feel like we need a tiny bit more. They're not crazy impressive though. So it's okay.
I can't.
Just how it be, Bourbon. I mean, I do get paid by the community, you know, like not
Would you consider
Blizzard,
doing any
but,
scary games in the future?
I don't like scary games. Here's the thing. You can always, like, sponsor me to play a game that you want me to play. You know? But, and I'll give you the non-corporate rate. Of course. But, scary games are just going to have such an extra premium on them because I hate scary games. It's not a fun time for me. That it's really not going to be worth the cost there.
I can't carry.
So, like, if you want to waste your money, go ahead and kill Beta Burst. Also, if you have a waypoint next to Beta Burst, this can be a nice farm spot. We don't really, so unfortunate, but you can definitely pick up a couple levels there. Mad Flasher with the Prime sub. They used to call me the Mad Flasher back in college.
Great. An eclipse. This just keeps getting better and better.
Sure. Oh no, I was about to give Dark Glow to our mercenary. Rip. We'll go more vitality. Just keep pumping exploding arrow, nice and simple.
I can't.
Flawless Topaz and Helmer armor is goated. Dude, yeah, just grabbing topazes that you find and shoving them in your armors and stuff. It's really nice. That's something that I'd say gets underutilized. Sometimes you just have to just pick it up and force it in there. Just go against your will. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, no, no, I don't want to, because everybody has in their mind
I can't.
that, you know, they need all these flawed gems and stuff. But you just have to ignore the no and just put it in. And then it'll be better and you'll be like, oh, this, why didn't I do this before? So. Full Witcher 3 playthrough with both expansions. What do you think? 30, 40 bucks? Something around there. That's exactly how you end up with a full stack of every chip gem. Exactly. Everybody has all these giant stacks of chips and floods and everything. And like, chip gems, okay, because we'll use those for rolling. But flawed gems, regular gems, use those puppies. What phrasing? Top up on those.
I can't.
And again, here you can see I'm kind of just like killing on the run a little bit. Not killing every single mob, because you don't have to kill every single mob.
Impossible. I can't.
I left one mob across 6 rooms. Well, there weren't that many mobs there. So like, yeah, I'm killing these because these are
I am overburdened.
boss group ones and stuff, but
Impossible.
you know, leave those guys, why not? It's when I say like don't kill every mob, I mean a lot of times the 80-20 rule applies in a way. Kill 80% of the stuff, leave 20%. Or, you know, less, right? Depends where you're at if you're trying to farm or just run around. Plenty of times I'm just running around. Attack rate and dexterity, 8% MF. Again, our rings are kind of trash. There's 9% fire res, so we'll sell that, sell that, sell that. Wow! We just found like an end game belt. Honestly, I'll probably have this belt at the end of hell. 20 light res, 18 fire res is massive. And we'll keep the 9 fire res ring as an option. Let's go ahead and snag an Act 2 mercenary. A little bit better than an Act 1 mercenary. We'll pick up Blessed Aim. Helps us a tiny bit. Not too much, but mostly just helps him. And we'll go here. We'll put these away. We'll get him a weapon. Sure.
I'll put that to good use.
Doesn't super matter which one. And just like with selling arrows, we can also sell tomes to get them back. Well, you can't. I mean, I'm not up. You can't. I'm not upgrading that to a mesh belt. Like, it's fine. Maybe if we somehow have tons of spare, like runes and things, we'll upgrade it. But mesh belts are what, 58 strength? It's a little high. If I find some other really nice piece of gear, some 60 strength gloves or something that are 3 to bow and crossbow skills.
I can't. Not enough mana.
Is Bowazon the worst spec in the game? No,
Impossible.
she's plenty fine.
Impossible.
Now I'm still on players 8 down here, mostly because Exploding Arrow does pretty well in the tunnels here.
Impossible.
Beetles are also a pretty nice experience. But, you know, just picking up levels on characters that are a little bit weaker can be really useful. If you're a trap assassin, if you're a hammerden, if you're a magic warlock, you know, whatever. If you're one of these, like, really high tier classes and characters, a lot of times you can get away with just moving forward, right? You can just run forward and still be fine and still be murdering things, and you don't need the levels. You'll get them naturally from just killing things, but you don't have to. You could be underleveled and you'll still do damage. Characters like this, once you start getting too underleveled, you really start to feel it. It really starts to just turn into kind of a slog in some of the areas. And you're like, man, I sure could use some more damage. I have to look really fast at my tier list. So, solo playthrough tier list. Frost, Fire, Bow, Amazon. We have it in like a low to mid A. Yeah. Multi-shot would be in the B. Demon Warlock should be moved up now. It's improved. I guess straight demon.
Impossible.
Go somewhere. I think this is pretty true. It's a fun journey, though. Yeah, the S tiers are the ones that generally you can kind of like skip around a little bit more. Smiter is the cheapest endgame build that can tackle all the Ubers.
Impossible.
Hands down. Nothing else comes close.
I can't. Impossible. I can't. Impossible.
You did an offline run for this build, and finding Breeze is a big help. I mean, yeah, Breeze is a great find.
Impossible.
Even more so for the physical version. Straight Tainted Blood Boil is A+ now. 11% magic find. My light res is also pretty good. So you know what? We're just going to run magic find. We're just going to be a high MF boa for right now. Ooh, Jewel of Envy is always fun. We'll keep these rings for later on for a little extra res if we're ever feeling a little like, hey, it's getting dangerous or anything. Save that to roll later. Go pick up a few more mana potions. No, that seems right, Euler. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's cube it together. Let's go talk and keep going forward.
Ask and learn.
Favorite source? Lightning, fire, cold. Cold. Wasn't aware Mugro was that unacquainted with D2. I mean, she knows some of like me talking about it here and there, but you know, when she's in here hanging out, I don't think she's really like paying attention to the game that much or anything. We didn't like meet as gamers. She kind of became more of a gamer as we dated. But yeah, she plays a lot of like Animal Crossing and stuff more. We can also continue on Players 8 right here if we want. So this is where I definitely say like the Bowazon, I do like her in that A tier. Because while she's not exactly A tier always with her damage, which she's doing fine right now, she has a lot of variability with the cold and fire, so you can run both of those. And that can be really strong. She has good enough damage. She has range for safety there. There's a lot that like helps her out. This is hardcore, yeah. Have I ever converted one of my playthroughs to be a permanent character on your roster? Sure. Oops. I thought gamers' wives were also gamers. Sometimes. You do see it here and there. Ooh, Rowrune.
I can't.
So this is a great one to show a little bit, right? A Rowrune is 5 to 30 fire damage. Right? Whereas your chip gem is 3 to 4. So 3 Rowrunes and a bow, big damage. You can also, of course, hold on to the Rowrune for a little bit later if you want.
Blessings to you.
You could make that Zephyr. Can I do whatever here?
Greetings.
I feel pretty happy just cruising like this still. I think we're doing well enough. Main specs I want to see buffed. I want them to make the chance to hit a little bit better. You could either like remove block from monsters, or you could just make the formula a little bit nicer. Maybe like not as harsh against under-leveled. I'd love to see them improve elemental skeletons. It's probably the one I want most. I think Druid just needs a lot of help in a lot of ways. Allow teleporting in summon form. Some things like that, you know. I've got a whole list of things I've sent the developers about items and skills and all the ways I'd change everything. They look at some, they ignore a lot. It's all good. Strafe allows you to jump to the side. I mean, really, I just want to be able to run while I shoot, but I understand that's changing all the physics of everything.
Impossible. Good riddance.
Okay. Peewee has something like that. They make you walk when you do it, but wait, it was triangle. Remember, it goes circle, under moon, square, sun, double down arrow, triangle, circle, over moon. Those are your left to rights. And we're level 23 here. Cruising along. Character's playing really well. I actually don't really want to hit 24 before I kill. So we could either drop the player count, or I could just try and like get there and just be, you know, slightly under. But we'll see what happens. Perfect. Okay, we're not going to get there. And the reason is I want to shop a telly staff in the next act. Okay, so we'll come here. And we'll go more vitality. Yep, this will be bows all the way through.
It is an honor to serve.
All the way to heck.
There's nothing the right portion can't cure.
You can just run around if you want, sure. So thawing potions are 50% cold res. We can give them to ourselves, and we can give them to our mercenary.
Thanks.
Make sure we're on players 1 before we go in. And we can go in and fight Duriel. And with that cold res, now you can see our mercenary is a lot tankier. I can also give him potions with shift 1, 2, 3, or 4. And that will help him heal. Wow, we got that Ami. Let's go, Noko. Or maybe Eye of Etlich drops from normal Duriel. Let's see. Eye of Etlich. Honestly. Nice. +1 to all skills. Really solid for elemental. That boosts our exploding arrow damage. It's actually not the craziest thing on this character. Like, all skills is fine, but it's not like... This would be really nice on, you know, a sorceress or hammered it or whatever. But it's still useful. We'll still take it, and it also does give us cold damage. So... we'll just take that as well. We can get rid of this for now. We have our staminas. Have you seen any of the Zone Zerker stuff? Seems fun. I didn't steal... No. Okay, hold on. We have to clarify. While we search. So we're going to look for a teleport charges staff.
Good day. Greetings.
So we're just shopping, and I'm only looking at staves that I cannot use because the teleport charges are level 24 required.
Good day.
And I'm level 23. If you're level 24, you have to look at all the stats. So while we look for this, let me explain. In high school, or I guess my first year of college, but she was finishing her last year of high school,
Good day.
I was dating a girl who was on the drill team. And they had... you know, the outfits that were made for their drill team. And she had this one that was a fire suit. And I wanted to go to the roller rink and put on the fire suit and go skating around while our other friend wore her ice outfit so we could do fire and ice Blades of Glory skating. So we did that, and it was dope. And so I just said, hey, can I borrow your fire suit? And she was like, yeah, sure. Because, you know, they wear an outfit one time and then that's it. Then that's all they do. Then they go to the next outfit, right? Every time they do a performance, they're done with the outfit. So I had the fire suit because we were, you know, skating with it and whatever. And then a little bit after, her and I broke up. And at that, I still had the fire suit in my closet. And at that point, like, what am I gonna? I'm not gonna call her up to go all the way over there to return a fire suit. Right? It's like the sweatshirt, you know, that you leave at their house and they wear. Right? And it's like, okay. So she's married now, and you know I don't need to be calling her up. So there you go. There's a teleport staff. This one does cost 70,000. So it's a little expensive. We can afford it, but let's pretend that we can't afford it, right? Oh no, this is too expensive. I can't afford all of this. What's something that we can do? Well, we have been saving these staffs for a reason. Also, and we can sell that for gold. We can go to our chip gems. We can put 3 of any chip gems plus the staff, and that will sell for 15K. Take another one. I could put 3 chip gems. Doesn't have to be the same chip gem, by the way. And that will sell for 15K. So I can just like rinse and repeat doing this over and over again. Oh. We can go here. We can go 1. Oops. 2, 3. Let's do some other ones. And that will sell for 15K. So just like that, we just made 45 grand if I'm selling it here, right, in Act 3. Now, I could, of course, take it to Act 4, Act 5, you know, go to Nightmare with those, and they'll sell for more. But right now, if that cost 70,000 and I only had 40,000, I could go and sell these 3, and I would then be able to afford it. So that is just an easy way to get some extra cash. And you can see I still have tons more chip gems. So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more rolls if I wanted. Not every time will it always hit something. But, you know, just it will often, and then you're good. And sometimes you'll even roll into a teleport charges staff. It's rare, but it does happen. We'll go get the Gade figurine back there. Online, you cannot change player count. That is only an offline feature. For online, you just have to have players in your game. Strongest build with no gear in D2R. I mean, honestly, Hammerden's pretty strong. Bowazon is pretty strong. You can just run around with a pair of jabs. I think it's Bowazon. You can be naked with a pair of jabs and do a ton of damage. Assassin's going to be a little bit safer, though. The Bowazon is pretty fragile without anything. So, Trapsin, I also definitely rank up there. Sorceresses can be pretty strong without any gear, but the lack of FCR can make them also very fragile. This is where the Trap Assassin's still pretty, like, safe.
I can't.
Tyrune. Do I want to put that in the helm? I have a 2-open socket helm that I may want to put it in. Sing Barb is good, but without FCR and mana, he's kind of weak. Not enough damage there.
Impossible.
Portal Barb. Of course. Fool me once. Shame on me. Today's jammies at work day. Totally forgot. Ah, yeah, you gotta go home. Put your jammies on. Here at Llama RPG Studios, we have fun events like Jammies at Work Day. That's how you know
I need more.
we're a great employer to work for. And that Warren gets treated super well.
I can't.
Because here, we're family. Be careful with Sark. His extra strong curse can be pretty nasty. Now, again, you're seeing kind of the power here, especially of Exploding Arrow. We have a lot of damage right now. And it's just going up. So, we're in a pretty solid spot. This character is just able to do a lot. More vitality. And we've also leveled up. So we'll dump this. And we'll get our teleport staff. Now also be careful of the fire breathing. It can be very deadly. But now we have our teleport staff, so we can start using that just for like jumping gaps, getting away from mobs who don't want to fight, etc. I set throw so I don't accidentally swing, because trying to swing with the staff and stuff can just be deadly. Great way to kind of be a pseudo walk only for your left click. And it looks like we'll have to go back and go through the Great Marsh, unfortunately. Just how it is sometimes. So Moo Girl played her Bowazon, right? And she said after Act 3, she was like, I'm ready to quit. She said she almost quit in the jungles of Act 3. Chat encouraged her to keep going, but she almost was like, I am out of here. And honestly, yeah, I don't blame her. Act jungles are terrible. Until you know them. That's what I told her. Once you know how all of the maps spawn and everything, it's not as bad. Like, okay, that was unlucky, you know, that we got the Great Marsh there, but like, I know where the exit is, so I feel fine. But when you don't know, they feel horrible.
Impossible.
They need a budget runner that gives teleport. They have it. It's called a teleport charges staff.
I can't. I can't carry it. Impossible.
Dude, mana per level is so awful. 1-to-1 on the barb. Once you have a high battle orders, sure, but until then,
I can't. I can't. I can't.
okay. And now we're in the Flare Jungle, one of our favorite spots, and a great leveling spot. We're still on players 8. Really, the big thing, again, I have to worry about is just getting popped by quick fire breath, so be careful of that. Looks like we don't have the best spawns, as we do have birds here. Prefer just full flares, but we can go to the waypoint. We can reset until we get a flare jungle we'd really like if we want. Go ahead and turn in our bird. I guess we're okay on potions. 7 to mana is actually not the worst. Considering I don't have any charms, I'm going to hold that, and then later on we'll just dump it. Because I don't really care about it that much. But for now, sure. I'll take a tiny bit extra. The sub goal says fire suit. Oh, that's why people were asking about it. Okay, let's check the flare jungle. We also have a it's just a health shrine. So I really want flares and soul killers. The shooter flares are less exciting, but they're still okay. We'll see what other spawns we get. No birds, no frogs. Okay, we have soul killers as well. So I just want a lot of density out here. High density is just worth so much. Now we do have birds still, but it's okay. And we'll just try and pick up things that could be worth money as well, as charges are expensive. Like, look at this yummy density. So much experience. Delicioso. Get the Jidbin. Pick up a couple of these potions. Nice healer. So I'm already 25 and a half, so I feel pretty good. But, you know, you can definitely spend a couple levels in here. Farm this once or twice. Just enjoy all the... Ooh, second tier. And okay, now we're really getting tempting. Try and think, do I need the tier rune for anything? Do I need edge bow? No. I mean, on players 8, when you kill a lot of stuff, you're just gonna drop a lot of runes. Also, Flare Jungle just has a lot of rune drops because, again, there's so many mobs here and stuff, so... A lot of times you'll end up finding 3 runes in the Flare Jungle.
Impossible.
Mal and Is. Oh, that's great. Enjoy. Birds also have higher interrupt chances. There you go. 25 light res. Let's go, baby. Endgame GC. Huge. Better than all of the charms I found on my last character combined. More exploding arrow, more vitality, up to level 26. Cooking with Jack? I don't know who that is. And this character at 320 would be whatever. Birds have a worse rune drop chance. That makes more sense. I was gonna say cows and ghost have higher, and I think itchies and birds have lower. 9% MF, I saw that. 17 fire reds with half freeze duration. I definitely do like. I'm gonna wear it. 8% MF can go away. We've got the 11%. We'll ditch that mana. And 9 to life we'll keep for now, but again, that'll be ditched soon. It's raptors. Is it raptors that do? Okay. Okay. So still no charm inventory? I mean, they haven't given us a charm inventory, no. Also, this is a great time to do something like this. So I just had a question about tier runes, so let's take a look. Tier runes used in Beast, no. Crescent Moon, no. Edge, okay, we'll take a look at that. Grief, no. Harmony, okay, let's take a look at that. Honor is nice. Obviously, it's used in Insight as well. Leaf, it's used, but we don't need it in a deer. We don't really need it. Prudence, Silence, Steel, Strength, and melee weapons. Okay, so these are really the options. So Edge does give 35 IAS, which is really nice. However, there's nothing else really that useful for our build. So we can write this one off as a no. Honor is in melee weapons, but we could make this for a mercenary. And that is a solid mercenary weapon. So this would use a tier rune. Insight, of course, is god tier, and we would love to get this on a mercenary. So I definitely do like the idea of having a tier rune for that. And Harmony gives us vigor. However, it doesn't really add a ton. Yes, we get a little bit of like cold and fire damage, but we don't get any IAS. And we are getting some nice physical damage, but we're not doing a lot of physical damage. It does give us Valkyrie, which is okay. I mean, it's all right. It's not exactly for this build. The big issue is it also needs a co-rune, which is hard to force. Let's look at Zephyr. Zephyr's only Ort S. It does give 25 IS and 25 FRW. It's really all it gives, though, as well. Which are nice stats. Yeah, I'll have found multiple tiers by the time we get Korun. Maybe take a look at Edge again. Tier Tal Am, just for the IAS. You know, we'll probably want to make Insight in a bow, because it now goes into bows. It doesn't have any... do I want it? It just doesn't do a lot for us, even for us in a bow. Yes, it has a nice damage add, but we're not really like doing a ton of physical damage. We're an elemental, so we're all about shooting quickly. And none of this is about shooting quickly. So even that's kind of meh. Zephyr still may just be the best bet. Hustle, it would also be something that uses a co, and I would love, but I'd want that more than Harmony, I think. Even though the Vigor Aura is nice. Works well for shooting consistent with the mana region, though. Yeah, but I just want to have my mercenary with an Insight. So that is one spot I would want a tier rune, but to me that says, hey, we can always get another tier rune later on. However, my mana problems aren't too bad right now. So I'd say it's a debate of if I would use a 2 open socket helm right now and put 2 tier runes or not. It gets us some mana per kill, but we're not like struggling with mana. So I'm okay to just hold off for the moment. We also did put those points in energy, which does help us on that front too.
I can't.
Let our mercenary have some fun.
I am overburdened.
Perfect. There's no IAS on Insight. It has FCR. Okay, both of these are worth 15,000 and more. So because of that, we are going to just hold them and sell them later on. And okay. Thanks from. And we will move forward. Did we make a trade yet, Denali? Yeah, hustle is so great because you get IAS and FRW. Again, we can't force hustle until we get to Hell Countess, which is hard because we deal. It's Hysteria or Mania now are the two.
I can't.
But but she's cold and fire immune, so it's not super great. But with the mercenary, we could do some Hell Countesses. We can also just pray for the Forge to drop us a Ko. Or we could do some lower Kurost. Or potentially some Nightmare Cow running. See if we can get a Ko rune from that. So we have some options we can try to get it. Not after that mustache slander. What? What mustache slander? For slandering my own mustache? I said I don't care for it, but Moon Girl likes. Okay. So you want to look for the temple that faces the bottom left in the Cursed Bazaar. This is where Battlemaid Serena is. First off, she's a decent spot to just farm some experience if you need it. But additionally, she has Lame Essence Tome, where you get 5 all stats for turning it in. So a nice little twofer. Keep going Exploding Arrow, and keep going Energy. By energy, I mean Vitality. Okay, I want a Ko rune so badly now. Careful of dolls. They explode and make your character go bye-bye. So a lot of times, just avoid them. If they're there, you just be elsewhere. Slaying demons is hard work. That's why I use Vitality. 0 carbs, all flavor.
Impossible.
How is that ad read? Natural enough? Whoa, look at that. Weird. Is Vitality actually the name of an energy drink? It's tempting, but we are hurting it running back pretty bad. We're gonna get our new functional trainer together, and I'll look again tonight. Sounds good. I could throw in Kamar or something, just like somebody to fill the gap and technically get some points. It's a juice brand by Nestle. Oh man. Okay, now before I go to the Countess, I'm gonna go to players 1. And we'll go, I guess we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna go players 1 because we have the pieces. You could fight on a higher player count if you so desired. I said Countess, I meant Travancore. Dude, I'm tired today. I took a lot of shots in the late hockey game last night.
Skatsum's reign is renewed.
Swing at the bad boys. Have the splint mail. There were a lot of dudes trying to get through my 5-hole last night, okay? And that is exhausting. Up, down, you know? Where's Moo? This is boring here. Wow. How'd the game go? Good, we played against the team that beat us in the championship last season.
I need a
We won 9-3. Big win. I had a lot of saves. It was closer than the score suggested, though. But, all right. We'll be players 1 still for Mephisto. 2-2 after the first, and then we just settled in. Feed our mercenary some potions. But not even crazy necessary. Nice and easy.
but still.
Act 3 of normal's complete. Well done.
All this trouble over a tattered book.
Okay, we've got that. We've got our Vita. I guess I can sell what we've got here and then go. Trash, trash, trash. Pick up some goodies. Sure, get some more gold. Grab a small charm. Oh, authority is really nice, yeah. It's a solid Rinward. Hell Shell Ral, I think, right?
I'll put that to good use.
Go ahead and give that to our mercenary. It's pretty solid, though, you know. 2 open sockets means you can put Orts and Rals and whatever you want in there for some potential. We will also look at getting our mercenary a better weapon. Once you attack 4, you can chop pikes. So we'll come over here and we'll get him a pike of slaying.
That to good use.
8 to life on a small charm. We will keep that through probably to the end game. And on Act 4, I'm going to just stick to... oh, that'd be a cool book. Stick to Exploding Arrow here. on players 1.
I can't.
Especially because 1, I'm going to go after Isual, but 2, there's a lot of like high fire res mobs. So high player count can just be a little bit tedious out here. Now you might be sitting here freaking out going, ah, souls! Don't worry about it. These are normal souls. Normal souls are not that scary. In hell, I'd be a little scared. Even with 45 light res, I'd be a little bit worried. I might consider resetting the map. In normal, whatever. Now, if this still does freak you out and you're like feeling like you're uncomfortable and you might die and whatever, then quit and come back and try again until you don't get souls out here. Straight up, the rule of hardcore is if you're not comfortable, then back up and figure out how to get comfortable. Whether it's resetting until you get different mob groups, whether it's, you know, just like leveling up more, farming more. Pick what it is for you, but... And that's really the difference between hardcore and softcore. Because in softcore, you can die, and in hardcore, you can't. That's it. So just focus on doing things that will make you not die. If you think you might die, change it up a little bit more. I'll probably do a little bit dark. So I run them very similarly, hardcore and softcore. The difference really just is 5%. 5% of the time,
I can't.
I'm like, I might die. I'm not going to do that. And that's it. That's the whole shift. That's the entire mentality change. Whereas in softcore, I go, I might die. Let's give it a shot.
Moo. THX for all the guided playthroughs made it a lot easier for me. Less than 3.
For sure. Thanks, putting our... Let's go back here. Let's pick up our skills. Let's actually go to Radament really quickly. Why not? So we have these. We can go... We're 27. I'm actually going to put these points into Critical Strike and Penetrate so that at level 30 I can pick up Pierce. Pierce just allows the arrow to pierce through a mob for even more damage. Because it'll go through and then hit the next one. More AI playthroughs, please. Oh my gosh. So awful. Rendario Holy Grail's been streaming. Was that part of your testing with Blizzard? Nope. I just did that myself.
Impossible. Impossible. I can't.
Yeah, I already swapped AI training off on Twitch.
I can't.
Not that it matters.
I can't.
Literally in the... right under the button where you swap off AI training, it says, this training may still be used for AI even if you turn this toggle off.
Impossible. Impossible. I can't.
Is Mogro gonna do Act 6 next time I go to hockey? No. Wait, Act 6? There's no Act 6. I don't know anything about that. I don't believe anything they'll use it. Yeah, of course they will. Consent is a thing of the past. In the current world, man. Okay. I'll actually save this point for Pierce. If not, you can always put these points into Fire Arrow. And maybe I'll just do that. Yeah, I'll just put it there. No, because I'll be going to explode it. Yeah. We'll save it. Those are okay gloves. If they weren't poison reds, they'd be even better. Added cold damage. We do have the Eye of Etlich, but that is a large charm with it. I'm just saying. My guides get ripped by AI. They still suck at it, but everything I've put on the internet so far has been stolen 10 times over by AI. A million times used for training and all sorts of stuff. I ain't consented any of that.
I can't. I can't.
Is there a lawsuit for that? Probably, but I mean, it's you versus all of the largest corporations in the world.
I can't.
And a government that enables it and is owned by them. So good luck.
I can't.
See if we can make this teleport. Nice. Okay, see what we get from the Hellforge. Rune. It's okay. This actually does get us an Ort rune. Oops. If we want to cube it up right now. But I'm just going to hold it because we're going to get an Ort rune soon.
Greetings.
Hail to you, champion.
And basically gives it to you for free to another AI place. I mean, it'd probably be good if it can actually do it good. I don't know. If the AI was smart, all it would do is steal my guide straight up and then give me a great guide.
I can't.
Now, should you play as risky as Llama? It just depends. What is your comfort level? And this is always how you need to be looking at this, right? I'm teleporting in because I feel comfortable teleporting in. I've done that a billion times. It's not that big of a concern for me. If you don't feel comfortable teleporting in like that, don't. Like, straight up. Just kill everything slowly, kill everything on the way in. Nice and easy. Also remember there's a lot of fire mobs down here. I've got 55 fire res, so I feel pretty comfortable there. If you have 0 fire res or something, consider putting some Rao runes in a helmet. Consider some other ways to get some fire res to help out. Now, here we have a fire immune. So this is where we need our mercenary. Perfect. Let's go get some health potions.
What do you need?
Is my demon playthrough pre or post? I think my demon playthrough is post nerf. I think it's 3.2 plus. Fanaticism's a little gross, but again, our damage, especially on players 1, is plenty strong. So we can move through and just clear things out nicely here.
I can't.
Very smooth so far. Feels really good. And again, if you have bad fire res, then right here might not be great for you. Oh, our mercenary's suicidal, so try and help him. Feed him potions. We saved him.
Put that to
Get him a
use.
slightly better pike. And players 1 for El Diablo. And your mercenary will die here. And there's nothing you can do about it, really. Unless Diablo somehow plays nice and does not lightning breath or cast a fire wave. Oh, there you go. Close.
The reign of terror has ended.
Okay, we'll pick those up. Oh, thank goodness I'm starving. Can I get some Wawa? Okay. What?
Make sure you go up all the stairs.
I will. I'll go up all the stairs. Thank you.
Darcy, you want some water?
Oh, she gets water though? What am I? Lower than the dog?
You should have asked before I came up. You can have this water all you want.
I'll take it. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. What's what? That is a back massager. Mommy was using it yesterday. Ah. Oh, that's so gross. Thank you.
Come on. Mommy has to eat. Let's go downstairs.
GG, Act 4 is done. Give yourselves a clap. Let's go to Act 5. Jamali, come on.
The siege must be stopped. I can't.
I got rid of my bow base. Well, I'll be getting
Can't.
a new bow base here. That one had rubies in it. I'm not going to get a hell rune and use it on that. Do.
Impossible.
Oh. The bay, not the base. Yeah, we went for the Act 2 mercenary. We're just P1 at the moment, but we will shift up soon. We'll go players 8 now. And again, we're at our favorite farming spot, if we so choose. As in every run. We can just do players 8 Eldritch Farm. For just some nice, quick experience. Another Tau Rune. And before I actually do this, I'm going to go down to players 1.
I can't carry anymore.
And I'm going to go get my runes. I do want to pick up all the flawless gems, as if we get all of the gems we could make a prismatic Amy. One of every perfect minus skulls. Exact. Boom, boom. How do I switch between players 1 and players 8 so quickly? So I just have /player space 8 on my Control V, Control C, my copy clipboard. And so I just paste it in and then press enter. Enter, Control V, enter. We'll put it players 8. Enter, Control V, backspace enter will make it players 1. Because if you just type /players, that will make it players 1. You don't have to actually type the 8.
Impossible. Follow me.
Let's go get a waypoint somewhere.
Impossible. Impossible.
Follow me. Give a potion to our mercenary to keep him alive. And let's go find a waypoint. Now this leveling again isn't 100% required. But it is a complete suggestion for you. And optional thing to do for those that wish to just level up a little more and be a little bit safer, right? But again, this is hardcore. If you're not feeling comfortable, go level more. Easy as that.
I can.
You need a 3-socket base. You need to. No, you can shop a 3-socket. Hunter's bow at least.
Impossible.
How does level difference between character and enemies affect hit rating? It is half of the formula. The chance to hit calculation is your attack rating minus the enemy's defense rating divided by, or plus the enemy's defense rating divided by your attack rating times your level plus the enemy's level divided by whichever one, your level or the enemy's, whatever.
I can't.
Times 200%, something like that. Dang, Cody. Wild. The end game 1 to the 5 sockets, you'll either have to roll or drop yourself or use Larzik if it can get 5 sockets max. I'm going to go back up to players 8. I feel like we're doing enough damage out here. Dang. 1 to passive and magic skills. Ooh, there's Nortrune. But kind of trash everywhere else.
I can't.
Dang, Kai. That was completion. A way to add sockets from Cube. Ralam Amethyst will get a random number of sockets on an item. Between 1 and the max that it is capable of getting for the eye level of the item. Okay, so we'll go save Anya first. For that juicy 10 all resist. We've got our Ort rune. Let's go shopping.
I'll hide it.
We're going to look for 2 socket 100 bows.
Good day.
So we can just shop back and forth in the rogue encampment.
What you need?
And I just want to make Zephyr.
Good to see you.
There we go. Ort rune plus Eth rune equals Zephyr. 25 faster run walk, 25 IAS. Pretty much all we care about with it. So just more attack speed, and I'm putting it in a Zephyr because the Zephyr is already a very fast base as well. So now we run even faster. And now we can come out here. Make sure we're on players 8. And if we want to do this farm, we can do this farm and level up. And you can take this all the way to like your mid 30s, maybe even a little higher. Could also do Pindle if we wanted. Experience Shrine. And it's just very easy, right? Why am I shooting so fast? Hunter bows are just really fast already. And then on top of that, we have the 25 IS from the Zephyr. So, again, all you super care about is your attack speed and like some skills and stuff for this character. This does 2 to 7 damage. I don't care. All of my damage on the elemental version of this is coming from this. We'll go ahead and upgrade our amethyst on this gem shrine. Remember, if you ever run into a gem shrine, you can just take all of the gems out.
Good afternoon.
Oops. Of your inventory, and then whichever one you put in is the one that'll get upgraded. And we'll also grab that point and pierce. For some extra damage here. Pierce and exploding arrow. Yeah, Edge would be a slightly bigger upgrade in IES. However, I would lose the 25 FRW. Keep going, exploding arrow. Another gem shrine. Will Blizzard update the base damage on weapons when they release Act 6? I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do any of those things. Keep going, vitality. Oh, I forgot my gem shrine. Oopsies. Bugsy time! The 5 gifted.
Starting all this drama. It's me, bitch.
Thanks for the interview. No, done with editing. Let's go.
I am.
It was a fun one.
Salutations.
Is that why the nice lady stream at night so you can beta test Act 6? Oh my god. She just wanted to play Diablo 2. Honestly, I think as well, it's very, like, she used to work. She used to have a good job and support me so I could, you know, live my dream of playing video games. And then she got pregnant, and then she got pregnant again, and having the 2 kids and stuff was hard. And then Doge came in, and she was one of the victims of Doge. And so she went full-time mom, which is great. And she's an amazing mom. But and maybe this is true for all moms. Maybe it's true for moms that came from working and like having a good salary and then not.
Good afternoon.
But I think she feels a little like, oh man, I used to like make money and now I don't. So streaming, she gets to like do that a little bit. Makes her feel like she's able to contribute in that way. Even though she doesn't need to, she's contributing being a great mom. But I think that's just, I I would imagine a thing a lot of stay-at-home parents feel. That like, oh man, I wish I was contributing. VOD channel, her thing? Yeah, so go watch the VOD channel.
Good afternoon.
Also, all the YouTube shorts are hers. Giveaway happening on the VOD channel at the end of the stream today. $25 Steam gift card. Exclamation mark VOD. Go hang out there, earn points, get tickets. You can just leave it up on the side while you're watching this one. You can set that volume to 1 or mute the tab or whatever. Go support Moo. The new videos are terrible, huh? I'll tell you a giveaway behind. Whatever.
I need mana.
But yeah, it's something I've never had to personally experience, so it's a little hard to like think, oh my god. They're so good. Alright. Well, can't ask for better than that. 20 vets run log with 2 reds in the 20s. Let's go, baby. Bounce chicka bow. Wait, I said bounce chicka wow wow. Oopsies. Literally messed up the name.
Hello.
Man, dark glow's better. Okay, so we'll be level 34 and we'll just move forward. Easy enough. And we'll just go points into fire arrow. Because we've maxed out exploding arrow. Yeah, Eldritch Farm's just good, man. It's just good farm.
I can't.
So, like I say, I'm 34. That took like 5 minutes.
I can't.
Super easy. And we found some sweet boots. Is anyone else paradoxically tired today? I'm exhausted. I think there's a lot of smoke from all the fires in the Pacific Northwest.
I can't.
I'm 36. No, I'm 35, first off. Vitality.
I can't. Impossible. Impossible.
Nice strike.
Impossible.
36 in a few months is basically 36. I'm sorry. If the government came to me and said, tell us your exact age or you're gonna die, I would say 35. And then, you know, I'd give them months and days, but There would not be a 36 there. So,
Impossible. Fabled home of the ancients.
Wendigo and crossbow skills. That'd be interesting to try and roll into it's ever there. Or not ever. No, yeah, it's ever. Alright. All that's garbage.
Good afternoon.
Just sell all this. Get some mana potions. Now we should be pretty fine for normal ancients. Go another point here. We're level 35. Just make sure you're on players 1 before you start them. And we do want to get Talic dead if we can. You can always give your mercenary potions if you need. But normal ancients, especially after leveling up a little. Easy. More vitality. Let's keep going. Oh, Bowazon's going great.
Impossible. I can't. Impossible.
Did we beat Uber Ancients yesterday?
Impossible.
Wait, why are we going after Uber Ancients? Sure, Rusty. Alright, we'll grab the waypoint because it's there.
I can't.
If you want to do some waves, you can. We're probably pretty okay, but... it's an option.
Impossible. I can't. I need mana.
I mean, Rogue's Bow would be pretty sweet right now.
I can't.
Oh, I didn't mean to touch that. So many gem shrines. If we find a white bill or a white partisan here, it should get 4 sockets. The bill definitely will. The partisan, yes, it will as well.
Impossible.
So we could save that for a socket quest for an insight for the mercenary. It's a tough one, Brian.
I can't.
Oh, that was a long time ago, Daniel. No level requirement. This is normal players 1 at the moment. But yeah, we're blowing everything up. RIP experience shrine. So wave 1 we'll keep on players 1 because fire immune. If you stand next to Colenso, then he won't revive guys as well. Wave 2, we can try players 8. They do have the cold, which is a little annoying. But it's okay. Pretty good. Now, the remaining waves. Wave 3, I'm going to go to players 3 on. We could have done higher. Jamali, get away from the Hydras. Wave 4, I'm gonna stick to players 3. Fire damage isn't super great against all the Bale waves. We'll take we'll do a little bit, get a little bit of experience here, but and we'll go players 1 on wave 5. I mean, I'm a Bowazon, I don't care about a crystal sword. Some potions. Beautiful. Let's go get some. Sure. Just a few potions and should be good enough. More fire damage. Vitality. Clone's annoying. If you don't want to fight the clone, just go away from the clone and go to town. Or don't go to town, but just get away from the clone for 8 seconds. And come back and you're good to go. Here, we're doing so much damage, it's not that crazy. We'll just take him out pretty quickly. And GG! Act 1, sorry, normal is complete. Little Tanner Goron there. That was weirdly... Wait, why did that open up? What just happened?
Afternoon.
Why did my game like freeze and then open?
I'll put that
Wild.
to use.
Yeah, I mean, just a nice little extra damage. Why not? I'm not using the Act 6 client, if there was one. Decent damage with the Deadly Strike, but not quite as good. It's hell hardcore. You start normal, though. To get to hell, you start normal. So let's take a review of where we're at. We have 25 strength to wear our belt, 28 dex to wear our bow. We put an extra 10, 15 points in energy just for some more mana, and the rest into vitality. For our skills, we are max exploding arrow and starting to max here, and then 111 just to get a point in pierce. If you want to add a couple more points in pierce instead of fire arrow, that's totally fine to do. That was going to be my next thing, because fire arrow and exploding arrow just kind of synergize off each other, and that's all. So after this, I was going to start adding points to pierce anyways. We can start heading down towards the Valkyrie, kind of doing some other things. But for now, we're just hanging all right here. For gear, we made the Zephyr. You could make this all the way back in Act 1 if you wanted. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to really use it till level 21, so kind of like Act 2. But a great early bow to make if you just take the, I guess you'd make it in Act 2 because you need to get the row runes from Act 1, cube them together in Act 2, and then make it. Nothing really on the helm. We could have done tier, but I feel okay enough. We did get Eye of Etlich off of Duriel, +1 all skills is nice enough. We have a stealth for the faster run walk and some hit recovery. We have some magic find gloves, though we do have a little bit of like fire res right there if we need it. 6 energy, 17 fire res ring with half freeze duration. It's nice. God tier belt, hit recovery and dual res. 11% MF on this ring as well, so that can also be replaced at some point. And God tier boots, and this is why we also run some of these magic find pieces, right? By running these, we're able to find that Etlich. We're able to find this belt and these boots. And then a couple charms, one good lightning res charm, everything else is pretty meh. And telestaff. So that's part normal. Don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.